Good evening, sports fans. This is George with Custom Tied Flies and Guide Service. And this evening, boys and girls, I'm going to show you how to tie a Senko worm. When it's done, it'll look something like this. All right, this one I'm going to show you is done in olive, but you can do them in whatever color you want: red, purple, black. You can put, different chenilles in them, and, of course, pretty much do whatever you want with them. Excuse me. But what you're going to need is, this is a, excuse me, just your basic bass big gap worm hook. You need blanket yarn. This is Beckett blanket yarn. I get it on Amazon. I think I'd give $10 for a skein of it. Some 0.25 or excuse me 0.025 lead wire. And Danville Flymaster 140 denier black thread. And then I like to hide my head and my weight with black acetate floss. You don't really have to do that. You can cover it over with thread if you want to. It's just the acetate floss covers a little better. So there are essentially three different ways you can go with this. Okay, there's the no weight version. Okay, there's the lighter weight version, and then there's the it's a nude hook. I haven't done one on this, but there's the heavier weight version. Excuse me. So it's all done with the same technique. So I'm going to show you the technique. So first off, we're going to do a lighter weight version here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of weight right up here in the top part of this shank, for lack of a better term. Bring your thread up to kind of capture that lead and build your little stopper there. And then you got your acetate floss. You want to cover up. See, if you see shiny lead, you want to cover it up. I'm just going to put me a little whip finish on here. And I'm going to paint that with some UV resin. And I'll sit this off to dry. And then I'll pick it back up. Get tied in on that flat shelf there. You're going to need blanket yarn. You're going to need this is a size 1/0. So I like these about 6 inches long or so. So you're going to want one piece that's 12 inches long. And then another piece that's 6 inches long. And just like with 550 cord, you're going to burn the end. And then just for a little extra added security, because this stuff will fray out if it's given a chance, I'll put a little UV resin on the tip. That didn't seem to cure very well. That happens. That's better. Okay, so the short piece you tie on the far side of the hook. Snip that off because you're not going to need it. It's just going to be in the way. Alright, and the long piece, you don't really have to burn the long piece because this is what you're going to use to make the thicker part of the body. So just lash it on that shelf. Now as far as doing the Senko worm part, some guys will tell you that you should use a clothespin or clip or whatever. I don't do that, but if you were going to, then you'd put it in right in here to hold these two pieces on the hook like that. But I kind of feel like they get in the way, so okay, so you want to go about the distance between the back of the bend and the hook eye, and that's where you start wrapping. You just take your long piece and wrap it right over top of your short piece. Get it down in there snug, and then you just kind of pinch it and hold it in place as you work your way up the body. Okay, once you get up close to the bend, distance becomes important. You want to be able to you got to get that this loop part down around the hook point, and it's got to stay there. And you feed it through underneath and over top, and that just kind of locks everything together. Then I take a bodkin and just keep working my way forward. That would be my kitties knocking boxes over. Until you get up to the front, and you just lash that down. Take my acetate floss. And I'm going to leave a big tag out front so that I can get a good close trim when it's time to trim this. You just gotta eyeball, make sure you're covering everything as you move forward. See how the acetate floss kind of flattens out? That's a good thing. There we go. Just run that back. Put a couple wraps of thread on there. Trim that. Trim that tag. Wrap this forward. Then you can do hand whips, or you can use a whip tool. And you got a little olive sticking out under the hook here. Just kind of hit that with a Sharpie. And you're going to paint this acetate head with UV resin. Hit it with a light. And there you go. So, I hope this tutorial was informative and helpful for you. This is George with Custom Tied Flies and Guide Service. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. You can also find these tutorials on my website at www.custom-tied.com. That's custom-tied.com. Have a splash. Don't forget the dash. Custom-tied.com. custom-tied.com. Have a splash. Don't forget the dash. You can also find my Custom Tied Virtual Fly Shop Facebook page by searching Custom Tyer 02. CUSTOMTYER 02. Again, I hope you found this interesting. Happy tying.